but the energy today, oh my goodness, the energy. So welcome everyone. Today is another Coffee and Convo with Spirit. And I have a few of my people here, and I hope that you guys are seeing this live. If you're catching it on the replay, just let us know. A lot in store today. I'm going to be sharing some of the energy updates that are on my phone because I need to keep track of all this stuff so I can share it with you. But or if you're on Zoom, you can put it in the chat, or you can reach out, you can unmute and just let me know. So who's feeling the energy today? Because right now, I don't know about you guys. I was saying earlier, I woke up, I was totally stressed because I totally forgot about today, and then got in a little disagreement with my aunt. So there's a lot of energy in the multiverse right now. And if you're feeling the heaviness, or maybe you're very emotional and you're feeling a lot of crazy things, you are not alone. And I'm going to share why. So So the sky is, it wants you not to play small because there's a lot of energy floating around. And so these are some energy updates that we're going to go into first. And I just want to kind of touch on this. If you're new here and you haven't seen this before, first of all, if you've been here before, welcome back. Nice to see you. If you're brand new, I'm Lisa, the multifaceted medium. And we're going to get into today sharing some of these energy updates that will help you understand as a highly sensitive person what you're feeling and where you're at in the spectrum of emotions that we go through as highly sensitive people. And I don't know about you guys, but I am very highly sensitive. I pick up people's emotions like a sponge. Maybe you do as well. If you do, let us know, because we really need to understand that you're in the same boat as us, because I think it helps people to know that you're supported. So when you post on there and you let people know, others will see it and go, oh yeah, that's me too. And then they feel safe to share that. So if it is something you go through, let everyone know. But one of the things that people are feeling right now is the Cancer energy, right? So we're in Cancer, right? We're in the sign of Cancer, but we're also in Gemini at the moment. So we've got Gemini, who's like in the head, analytical, always thinking, going in two different directions, all over the place, two different personalities, right? And when they are in that place, it's like there's so much talking and thinking, and they're up in the head instead of down in the heart. And when we were in there, and I just did a video about this like 2 videos ago, it was a question someone asked about having all this chatter in their head when they go to bed at night. It was actually someone in our community. And that's really a normal thing when you are in this space, especially with the energy going on right now. So if you're feeling a lot of that excessive chatter going on in your head, or maybe that voice that's like, oh my God, why did you do that? You shouldn't do that, beating you up inside your thoughts. It's really where we are in the multiverse right now. So if you can kind of take a step back, breathe, right, and get yourself grounded, go outside. I went out after having a little disagreement there with my aunt, and I went and stood in the grass, took the dog out, and I literally could feel the energy just go whoo, right down where it needed to be. And I thought, okay, this is good, right? And then I just had a friend call and, reach out, and she's having problems with her dog. And I thought, well, dogs are super sensitive, right? I'm like laughing, and I wore the dog lover shirt. Wasn't even thinking about that. I'm like, what should I wear today? And just threw this on. And she's like, my dog won't eat. She's laying down. She's just seems really out of sorts. I said, well, they feel the energy too. My dog's over here laying on a big blanket that I have here. She's just like hanging out and not her normal hyper kind of excitable self. So you might be feeling that as well. So I'm going to go over this. We're going to pull some cards from the collective. I also suggest some oils that might support you if that's something you're into. We'll say energetically so that you don't pick up everyone's stuff. If you have an oil that you use, that's great. I like black spruce, and I'm going to link all these in the comments below, in the description as well. If you're interested, you can use my doTERRA discount and get 25% off. But black spruce is a really good one to, it's kind of like, when people burn sage, it's kind of like that. And rather than burn stuff, because my aunt has a hard time breathing, I like to use oils. It's more natural. And it just seems like it works. And I just put a little of that on the back of my neck, and with a little coconut oil, and I'm like, oh, and I just don't pick up everyone's stuff. And it's really good at repelling all those negative energies. So if people are coming at you and they're very not as nice as they could be, people say hurtful things. Hurt people is what I've always learned. And when people are hurting, like my aunt is hurting, so of course she's going to say things that might seem like they're it might come across very harsh to me, or maybe you're experiencing someone who is saying things out of pain, right? And so they probably don't mean it. We take it personally as highly sensitive people, and maybe we take it a little more personally than most normal people would. So I'm learning myself to set these boundaries and to be in a really good place to be able to accept what comes in, but not take it on. So remember, when things are coming at you, whether it's, a person who doesn't mean it or does mean it or whatever, call in your angels. We always have our angels to guide us, to pull us in. and to surround us with love and light. And I'm laughing because I have you guys up on a big stand with angels all over it as I'm looking. I've got my little Jesus that one of my girlfriends gave us from the group. I was like, I love him. He's so cute. And then I have all these angels, and I'm just like, oh, this is funny. I wasn't planning on pulling them all out, but they all just sort of ended up here. So I'm sure they're all listening to us in the background. Like, we're here, we're protecting you, we're supporting you. So it's just a matter of owning that and knowing too that we're getting ready to go into a new moon, which is a big time of setting intentions, and it's a dark night sky. So it's a heavy energy. So if you're feeling that heaviness, you are not alone. That's totally normal. So I wanted to share with you, again, some of this might be a little repetitive from what I just shared, but I want to kind of touch on some of the things I might not have. So there's a lot of water right now, right? Cancer is the water. It's another water symbol. So the feelings are going to be big. The intuition is going to be big. Your sensitivity, you're going to be noticing and sensing things a lot more than you normally would. So again, hurt feelings, tears that come out of nowhere. You're like, why are the faucets not turned off? It's totally normal. That happens to me a lot. Anybody else? All right. So, okay. And also too, you're going to probably be having a lot of vivid dreams. So pay attention to that. Did you have one last night? You know, maybe it was a really chaotic, wild dream. I had one the other day where I was totally naked. I was like, oh my God, I feel so vulnerable. And I was like, wow, that's a weird dream, but it's really about your vulnerability and putting yourself out there, where a lot of times we're afraid to share that part of ourselves with the world, but really that's who we are. And until you're who you are and come out just like what we were saying and be yourself, nothing else matters. You're not going to connect with people on a more intimate level if you can't, you know, just be you. So it's really important to do that. The trap that people are going to fall into, power struggles. This is me and my aunt. So can I just share that with you? I love her dearly, but we totally butt heads sometimes because we're very much the same and we both want it our way. So I always envision this, and I'll share this with you guys because maybe you'll envision it too. So when you have people like that in your life that, you know, whether you want to be right or wrong or whatever, it's like, just be kind. But it's hard because when we start to argue like that, what I see is 2 5-year-olds going, I want it my way. No, I want it my way. It's like, wow, 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 wow. And if you could just get over that, right? It's like, how do we get over ourselves? And I just have to laugh. So I came up here after all that happened and I was like, oh my God, I need my forgive oil. And I was like, okay, shh, forgive. I know she's just frustrated and I know I'm frustrated. So really be gentle with yourself. There's an oil called Forgive, and it really is a helpful oil. So I'll just share that. One of the things you can do is to protect your aura, like I was saying, like go out and ground yourself. If you're grounded, nothing can come into you that you don't allow. We can allow it in, you know, if we let somebody hurt our feelings, we can allow that in, but we don't have to. We can just go, you know what, they're having a bad day. Just let it go past you. But it's really hard to do in the moment, right? Does everybody agree with that? Because I know for me, that's hard. I have to go breathe and pull it in. I think somebody's trying to get in there. Can you let them in? Thank you. Okay, so let's see. So if you are new here, I just want to share this. We're in the Zoom room, and the Zoom room is the most intimate place to be and have the experience. So you want to have your cameras on if you're in the Zoom room. You'll definitely be muted, so that's good. And we just want to make sure that you're with your camera on. No one can see you except me, so it's all good. On YouTube, all they'll see is me unless I talk with you. And if I ask you to unmute, that's a different story. Then they'll see you, but that just so you know. But the most intimate experience is here in the Zoom room. So these are the people I'm going to come to for readings if anything comes through. And if we set the intention for the mediumship. Now, I will say everyone on YouTube, or even if you're on here and you don't have your camera on, take what you can and leave the rest. And I want to share that because sometimes messages will come through for someone else and you might go, God, that sounds like it so could fit for my loved one. Take what you can with that. If it fits, Spirit will use whatever way, shape, or form they need to connect with you, whether it's through someone in the Zoom room, whether it's just through messages that are coming through. So as soon as we get through these energy updates, we'll be sharing the cards and some of the mediumship. We'll bring some of that through as well, some messages from your loved one. So what I want you to do right now is, just before we get into a little bit more of this, just take a deep breath. Right? This is a good time to just take a breath, breathe, set an intention for who you would like in the spirit world to come through and connect with you. And we'll just see if we can bring them in a little later. So helping us set the intention is just like opening the door to the spirit world and inviting them in. So I'm just having a little giggle here too, as I'm looking at this plant, and I'll have to show you later because I can't move it right now, but it has, the leaves on it are like little hearts, but this one is like a perfect little heart, and it just caught my eye. Oh, and this too, I wanted to share with you. I thought this was a really good symbol for today. I was walking outside and there's another 4-leaf clover. I threw it in some water so it wouldn't fall apart. But look at that. Isn't that cute? Right out front. I'm like, God, I keep finding them. I love that. And it was kind of like a symbol to say, you know, today's a lucky day. It's a good day. Whether you're going through all this energy or not, maybe you needed to see that sign. Maybe you needed to know that good luck is on your side, right? Lady luck. So if you're feeling lucky, maybe go buy yourself a ticket. All right, so let's get back into this. So, okay. So the vibe today is going to be, we have a lot of earth, practical routines, holding things down. But there's also like a lightning bolt of air, right? So there's also that as well. And we just want to pay attention to all the things that are moving around because it's a busy time, but it's also a heavy time with all those different energies. So know that we're sitting in that deep watery energy of Cancer, right? It's very sensitive too. If you know any Cancers, it's like if they get their feelings hurt, they put up a wall. I'm a fish, my aunt is a Cancer. So there you go, right? So we understand that. The moon is buzzing around in that, like I said, analytical Gemini. So you have all that stuff floating around. But tonight, it's going to slide home into Cancer. So tonight, let me tell you, the emotional floodgates are probably going to open up and you might have some tears. So know that that's normal. There's nothing wrong with you. It's a good time to release. I don't know about you, but when I have a good cry, I'm like, okay, I feel a lot better. So that might help you. Now going into tomorrow, or actually, I'm sorry, still today, Sunday the 12th, which is today, highly sensitive alarm. So just know that you're just going to be a highly sensitive being. We kind of went through most of this, so I just want to say, but tonight at 7:15 Eastern Standard Time, the moon officially goes into Cancer. So it's going to be Cancer and Cancer. The mental chatter will stop, all that chatting in your head, and the deep feelings will drop in. So again, tears might be a good time to journal or write. And then going into tomorrow, the 13th, it's like you have like a little permission slip or a hall pass, right? So don't force yourself to be a social butterfly tomorrow. If you're not feeling it, don't. Get your sweatpants, get your cup of coffee, get your journal, and just kind of sit down and do you. Like do whatever it is that brings you joy and makes you happy. I will say for me tomorrow, my mom is flying in, so I'm excited. I'm going to go pick her up and just have mommy daughter time and just have a nice time. So that'll be awesome. But it's good to do these things and to know where the energy sits so that you're not overwhelmed by any of the energy. I think Denise might have got bumped off. Maybe she'll jump back on. We'll see. So keep an eye out if you see her, Tosh. Okay, so the sun and moon are both in Cancer tomorrow. They're going to sit in that dark, quiet space, the dark moon. And that's right before we have this huge energy reset. Now, tomorrow also, if you're in the community, we have the energy, is it tomorrow? No, I'm sorry, Tuesday. We have the energy healing circle. So that's going to be a really good time because it's right when it's right when we have the reset with the new moon. So it's going to be a great time for healing. I'm going to be showing you guys a new technique for healing. So if you are interested in that, let me know and we'll get you in the community. Okay, and let me just see in the last. So on Tuesday, that's going to be the day. It's going to be like everything just resets. It's like the cosmic waves just right themselves. Everything's going to come into balance and alignment. So all the things you're going through are going to lead up to that. And then it's like the dark night sky tonight or tomorrow night. And then it'll go into Tuesday. So yeah, tomorrow night will be the dark night sky. And then it'll go into Tuesday where we have the new moon and then everything will reset and it'll just be a much better place on Wednesday. So just know that that is the case. And I think there was just one more thing I wanted to share. And let's see, right? It's just about intention. So set all the intentions that you need to set. And just, that's the most important thing that you can do is setting those intentions and just letting things go. Let them fall. It's almost like throw the cards up and let them fall where they may. So I just wanted to share this too. I pulled a couple cards and I'm going to pull one more, but these I was shuffling and I just heard pull these two cards. And it was sensitivity and options. So I think it's like listening to what I feel there is it's listening to your sensitivity, like listening to your vibe and how you feel things and how you experience things, whether you see them, sense them, feel them, know it. And then knowing that you have options. You always have options. You're never stuck. A lot of people often feel stuck when they're going through emotional experiences. Like I could have chose to stay angry and mad. And I was like, that's silly. I'm not going to do that. It's just going to upset me. So I thought, let me go do some forgive. And within 5 minutes of breathing, I felt better. And I know it wasn't a personal thing, but I was taking it that way. We all do that. We're human. So also I wanted to share this too. I like to pull a couple angels beforehand. And this one says, spread love everywhere you go, Mother Teresa. So that might be a message that someone needs to hear for the collective. On this side, it says, live with courage and share your light with others. So I encourage you to do that today. If you haven't already, make sure you keep sharing your light and your love with others because that is really important. And there was one more angel I wanted to share before we get into the others. Hang on one second. Drop that one there. Okay, this one. When I was shuffling, this one came out, and this one doesn't have anything on the front, but Don't rely on other people to inspire you and motivate you. You have to want it enough to make it happen. I don't have my glasses on. You have to want your inspiration enough. Anything in your life that you're wanting, you have to want it enough to make it come to fruition. So setting that intention, just allow that to come. Don't look for outside sources to bring you that inspiration, but also know that the angels are working with you, they're supporting you, and they're here for a reason. So pay attention to that if you're seeing that and it's fitting. Now I'm going to get into a couple other cards as well. We're going to do some energy updates. These are the energy cards. So let's see what we need to know today. What does the collective need to know today? Oh, got one jumper here. Healer of the ages. I get so excited when they come out. So this is 51, so it would be a 6. So this is a really good card for relationships. So this card, the Healer of the Ages, this is a really good card for bringing in healing into the body, into the energy field. But it's also, we have a lot of energy in our hands, right? So think about that. If you're struggling with someone today or you're having an issue, think about what a hug can do, right? It can help someone, right? We can lay our hands on someone, maybe put our hand on someone's shoulder and say, you know, it's okay. I know you're going through some stuff. So maybe you do that for someone else. If you're seeing this, maybe that happens. Or maybe you ask someone, you know, I'm having a really hard day. Can you just kind of like give me a hug or sit with me? I do that often, and I find that really helps. So know that we are our own healers. You know, we can do our own healing. We have a lot of healing ability in our body. So know that we can also ask for the divine. We can ask for the energy of the collective to come in. There's a lot of different healing energy in there. And pay attention to, it's interesting. I was just watching a video on auras. And so think of the aura, right? Look at people's auras when they're doing things. You might even be noticing mine. I don't know. I don't have really a clear background behind me, but if you ever notice someone's aura, it's usually around their head, or you can look at the hands against a wall, and sometimes you'll see it and you'll see it moving. But anyway, that's just something to pay attention to. I was drawn right here to the card, to the aura around the crown area. So pay attention to the energy that's coming out of people. Sometimes you'll see it. Sometimes you'll just feel it. Sometimes you're just like, I don't know why I don't like that person, or, oh, I really like that person. Let me go hang out with them. Pay attention to their energy, because that is their aura, and it might not always be a color, but you'll sense what you sense. And you'll know what you know, but just pay attention to what feels right in your heart. So I just wanted to share that. I'm going to pull a couple more, and then we'll go into, oh, this is what I want to go with next. I just have a little bird flying right around my window. They had babies, and now they're all fledged out. They're gone now, but every now and then they come right up to the window. I'm like, oh my God, don't fly into it. All right, so this is what we can let go of. This is a great card for releasing what no longer serves. Surrender to inner peace. So if you've been really stressed out, this is a great time to simply, I love how she's just jumping out into the multiverse, right? She's just letting go. The birds are there with her. To me, it's just a very peaceful sight. It's like she's just free falling really into her new life, right? So cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. If you don't meditate, how many people do meditate on a daily basis? Yeah, me too. Meditation is huge. And I don't know if you notice this, but if there's ever a day that you don't meditate, I know for me, if I don't, my whole day turns to crap. And it's like, God, I almost want to go back to sleep, get up again and start over, because it's like, even if I try to do it later in the day, I'm like, I lost it, you know? So I'll still do it, but I'll go out and try to ground instead, because that meditation really is what gets me going. So do that, whatever it is that can find you peace. Again, we have a peace oil. I use this one often. It's really good for neck tension, or if someone's pain in the neck, you can put that on the neck. And I'm not saying anything about anybody in particular, but we often hold a lot of stress in our neck, right? And think about it. We're always either looking up, looking down, you know, and there's a lot, this head is heavy and it weighs a lot. And so when we're leaning different directions, that can be a pain in your neck too. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It could be an experience, something that's really a pain, but you want to cultivate peace in whatever way you can on a daily basis, as much as you can. Others will feel your good vibes, and your life and their life will also flow more easily. And think about it. Oops, that one just went flying. When you are, when you're in a state of peace, people want to be around you. You know yourself, you want to be around people that feel good, right? We don't want to be around heavy people that don't feel energetically aligned. So this one's just showing up. I didn't even have to fold that one. I was like, wow, that one definitely needs to be seen. Surrender to trust. A lot of times too, when you're going through these experiences where things are really heavy or you're feeling out of sorts, if you learn to surrender to trust, things are so much easier. It's like you just let go, but there's a really scary part in between. And it's almost like, if you can see that picture, the dark night sky, right? It's like you have to go I always feel like it's hardest, like, you know, you have to go, it's darkest before the dawn. You almost have to go through that dark night before you come out the other side in a much more vibrant place where you can see things better, you can see more clearly, you understand what's going on all around you. So trust yourself and your decisions, whatever decisions you make. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions, right, about what to do. You do what feels right in your heart. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. No matter what path you choose, just know that it's your decision. You made whatever decision you're stepping into. So if that's going on in your life, I'm going to pull one more of these because I always feel like we could do 3 things of what we could let go of. So hopefully this is resonating. And if it is, let us know in the comments below. And if you're live, I would love for you to just unmute and let me know if any of this is fitting for you. It's always fun to hear from people that are live with us. Tasha, do you have anything you want to share? Or Mary Lou, would you like to share? All right, while I'm waiting for you guys to unmute, surrendering to habits of people pleasing, we're definitely letting that go, right? That's something we can let go of if you're a highly sensitive person, and surrendering to divine timing. So we'll get into these in a minute, but Tasha, what's your experience of what's going on with the multiverse right now? Is this fitting for you?
Well, personally, it's fitting for me too, because surrender, that's what I have to do every time when I push myself and if I get disappointed in something, I just have to know it's all divine timing and all that. Um, I'm pretty good with what's going on in the universe, the multiverse right now. I feel like I understand that all what's happening now is moving us towards a better place. So I'm sitting back and just kind of like observing and, trying not to get too wrapped up in it. Although I have certain issues that concern me, but I do have trust that it's all working out. So
No, that's great. Thank you for sharing. I think it's really important for other people to hear that there's other people that understand what's going on. But I like that you said that you're okay to kind of sit back and look at it as like a movie. It's almost like sit back and just enjoy the ride because, you know, none of us are getting out of here alive. We just have to go through the life experience. But that's the fun part, is learning and experiencing it. In the moment, it's not always so fun, but as we move through it, things get easier. When we look back in hindsight, that's when we can see, oh yeah, that all fit. Like I can see
yeah,
now why it took so long to get where things had to go. Like, you know, there's certain things I've wanted in my life for a long time and they haven't come yet. But it's like I also see it as I'm going across these different stepping stones, which I feel things in life come in. It's kind of like a stepping stone. You cross it, and then you're like, oh, okay. But I can look back and go, okay, I can see even mediumship. Like I wanted to be where I am now 20 years ago. You know, and it's like, okay, I could see it back then. I wasn't ready for that. And you really have to go through those experiences to get to where you're headed. And there is no destination. You know, it's the life journey all along the way that makes the best experience, from what I've understood and what I'm learning still. And I find that, you know, when we get to the end, whenever the end is, then we're going to look back at all that and go, huh, that was a good life. Hopefully we can say it was a good life.
yeah,
It wasn't perfect, right? Makes
yeah,
sense. Yeah.
perfect, 100%.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so surrendering to divine timing is a big thing, like we were just talking about. I think that's huge. It's almost like we make plans, God laughs, right? It's like if we just say, okay, God, or universe, or whatever you want to call it. Some people get weird about the God word, but just the consciousness, the Christ consciousness, whatever that is for you. I like to call it the multiverse. Just say, you know, what is it? What is divine timing? Like how do I need this to happen? So I'll set those intentions and then I just let go. And I'm like, okay, you show me how to make it happen. Give me signs. And every day there'll be signs along the path. What do I need to know today? And a sign will show up. And it's like, you just follow that. And that's what I was saying. But the surrendering to people pleasing is a big one for highly sensitive people. We're always worried as highly sensitives what others think, right? So that was a big thing for me a long time ago. It still is to a degree, but I've learned how to manage that. So I don't really worry too much what people think. I'm kind of my own person now, but I think as you're a younger person, it's harder because of the way we were brought up. And I do find, you know, we're always trying to find our way and trying to fit in. And think about it in high school and stuff, right? We all want to be the same, but then you get older and you're like, I don't want to be like that at all. I want to be my own person. But we all want to fit in because that's just normal thing to do. So the people pleasing comes up a lot. Also, it has a lot to do with the way we were brought up. You know, if we saw that in our lives, that can be affected by that as well. So it's good to know that you can speak for your needs, and whatever you know to be true, ask for it. You know, if you need something in your life, I've learned now that when I need something, I'm like, hey, listen, I need this. It's important to me. And when I share that and I express it, people aren't, there's gonna be people who are like, yeah, I don't want to be around her anymore. And that's okay, because they're not the right people for you. But the people who love you and want to be around you, they're going to be like, wow, I respect her for sharing how she felt, or how he felt or whatever. So you want to really honor that about yourself, and don't worry about making others happy. The right people, like I said, will absolutely adore you for who you are. But the divine timing, it's just really letting go and letting God. So if you can let that happen, or the divine, or whatever you call it, it's the best way to step into what we're going to do. Okay, so I'm going to pull in one more card, and then we'll get into some readings. Let's see where we're at here. Oh, good, we're good. All right, so we're setting our intention for who we'd like to connect with. We'll get in there in a second. So we got two here. I love this deck too. This is a fun deck. I think this was one of the decks. You guys weren't there, but a couple years back, I was doing a live, and I'm shaking my water bottle, and the water just exploded all over the deck. It was everywhere, and I'm like, clean up in aisle 5. But I was like, okay, well, that was really the start, I think, of trying to just be myself, because I was like, oh my God, that's embarrassing. I can't believe I just messed up on live TV. But it didn't matter. Like, I think it was funny. And I had so many hits on that, because people were like, that's so funny. Like, she was just herself, you know what I mean? So being ourselves really does matter. Okay, so we have the base chakra, which is grounding, right? So we want to stay grounded, always grounded. Sometimes people who are highly sensitive have a hard time being on the earth or of the earth. We kind of are like, we're of the earth, but we have one foot in each world. And we always want to be up with the higher realms, because it's lighter and it feels airier and fairier, right? We have the fairies. So it feels like that vibe, but it's really like when you are grounded and you're in a better place, first of all, people can hear you better, they can understand you better, and you'll understand yourself better, and things will become more clear for you. So it'll just kind of resonate in a way that feels really good. So you always want to make sure that your base chakra, your root chakra, is grounded. So choose only positive thoughts to describe your home, career, finances, any words you use, make sure that they help to determine your outcome. So they're going to keep you in a place of peace and groundedness. The fairies. So if you're someone who loves to connect with the fairy realm, that's a great place to be too. If that's your thing, angels, I consider that that realm. You have a strong bond for the fairies or the angels, and your life purpose involves helping Mother Nature. So that might be something that you're drawn to as well. I keep going back to my little bird back here, the little hummingbird. So they're around right now. So pay attention to them. You might be getting a sign from a loved one. Sometimes they'll come in with that fairy energy as well, the angels, the loved ones. So just be aware of that. So, all right, we're going to get started here. So who is ready for a message? All right. So if you're on YouTube, let us know. If you have someone you're trying to connect with, you can put it in the comments. You can set an intention for someone. If you have a first name, you can put that too, and I'll try to connect with them. But more than likely, if you're not live on the Zoom room, we're going to be connecting in through here. And if we get to the YouTube, I'll pull one from there as well. But leave your comments and I'll connect with you. All right. And for anybody here, but again, take what you can and leave the rest, because the messages for people in the Zoom room might resonate with you also on YouTube, whether you're live or on the replay. So let us know too where you're at, where you're tuning in from. All right. So let's take a deep breath, and we'll just kind of tune in. And what I need for you guys to do is just send good love, good energy. And I'm going to tune in and see who I connect with, and I'm going to bring it through. If you can take any of this, unmute and let me know. Yes, I can take this, even if it's just 1 or 2 pieces, just so we can start moving through. And like I said, if you feel like it resonates and it's coming in for someone else, just take what you can and leave the rest. All right. We'll see where we go with that. Okay, so I have a female coming in from Spirit. I feel like she's describing herself to me. I feel like I have, she's showing me her hair. They always show their hair. I feel like I want to put my hair, it's kind of like this length, probably like a bob. I want to pull it like a bob, but there's a wave to it. I feel like it's on the lighter, like a lighter blonde, like, no, not blonde. It's like a light brown, and it has like hints of blonde in it. She's showing me her eyes. I feel like I have blue eyes or light colored eyes. I feel like there's something with her throat, but I also feel her lungs as well and breath. Would you understand anyone who would have had an issue either with passing from the lungs or breath? But I feel like there's something I want to clear in my throat. So she either had a physical issue with the throat where there was something there that she was clearing, or it could be a woman who wasn't able to speak her truth. A lot of times that will come up, but she's giving me the feeling, I want to go back to my hair. I feel like my hair was important to me. I feel like also I wore glasses, but not all the time. And she liked to put them up here. Like, I feel like she's going right to here. And I have I'm going to go with my eyes again. My eyes are very wide, like wide eyes, much wider than mine. Like they're very open. And I want to get a strong S connection. I don't know that this is her name. It may be someone connected to her. I want to say Sonia, which is my aunt. They're giving me what I know. So if you can take a strong S, if you can't take the name, let the name go. But I feel like I want to go to someone who had an issue with lungs or chest area, but also something with the throat. They may have had like an acid reflux or just like a mucus, like they had a postnasal drip. Let me just see what else. If anyone can take any of this, let me know. I also feel they're drawing me to this little heart over here too. So there was something with big heart. I feel like big love, like I have a lot of love to give is what the feeling they're giving me. And they're connecting me with a dog as well. I feel like there's a dog, hold on, in the living. Someone has a dog in the living. And I feel like this dog sees this person in the spirit world. Does this make sense for anyone? Can anyone take someone or, and I could have this backwards because I'm dyslexic, but if you can take any of it, let us know. A woman in spirit who would have had like shoulder length hair, I want to say, or she, yeah, I feel like it's shoulder length hair. It's like to right about here, maybe like right to the top of the shoulder. But it had a slight wave, but it was more like, I feel like I want to pull it under like a bob kind of shape. Glasses, like I said, she put them on top of her head. I feel like she's a very, she feels like a happy-go-lucky lady, but very curious also. Like I get the feeling like I'm questioning things. I'm always questioning things. Can anyone take her? Let me just see. And if you can, okay. So if anyone can, that's great. If you can't, we'll see if we can get her more information to see if we can get this. And if we can't, we're going to let her go and go to someone else. But this is too why I need to hear the voice. So if you can understand any of this at all, just let us know. Okay, let me just go in thing. And I feel like she's talking about a sister as well. A sister that would be here. She's talking about a sister. Hang on one second. Hang on. I feel like there was a very close connection with the sister here, who's still in the living. Can anyone take that? No. Okay. All right. So we're going to let her go and thank her for coming in. A lot of times if people, you know, if we're not getting the information come through, that's okay. I'm always open to see who wants to come through for the right way. Okay. Let's just see. I'm going to go in and see who else we can bring in. Let's see who else would like to come forward for us. Okay, I have a gentleman who's stepping forward. I'm getting a strong T connection. I don't know if that's his first, last name, middle. It could be a connection to him. And I'm hearing like Tom or Tim. So it's a strong T. Okay, and I feel like this person, they're going right to the heart. So I feel like they would have had something with the heart. I'm hearing heart attack or something with, interesting. I heard like tachycardia. I think that's like a high, fast pulse rate. I'm not sure. I also feel like they would have been a smoker at one point in their life. I don't know if they smoked the whole time, but I feel like at one point in their life, they would have been a smoker. I feel like they love to read. They're giving me the feeling they're always like devouring information that was coming in. Like I feel like they read a lot or they were an avid reader. I feel like I was a hard worker. I feel like with my hands, I feel like I want to be moving things, or I feel like maybe I'm driving. I feel like I'm going like this, like I'm gripping a steering wheel, but I'm also a hard worker too. Like I feel like I was doing a lot, but there's something about driving. Would any of that make sense for anyone? I feel like it definitely was something with the heart or some kind of a heart issue. Like I think it is actually like the tachycardia is like an extra heartbeat, I think, or a high fast pulse rate because I want to go like this. But there's something with the heart. Can anyone take the heart?
Not the heart, but the T possibly, but
Okay.
not
Nothing with the heart, how they passed. Was there any issue with the heart or chest area?
that I'm aware of.
Okay, hang on. Let me just see. Okay, can you take the other stuff about the driving or the working with the hands?
Well, I can take something with the T, and
Okay,
the person did like to drive when they were younger.
okay,
Had like a sports car that they liked, but
okay,
and I think they did garden, so a
okay,
lot, so that
okay. And so since we have this person somewhat, let's just give me the first name and I'll tune into the rest of it.
okay. Well, he went by his name was Vadim,
Okay.
and they called him Deem sometimes, so that's
Oh,
also like Tim Deem maybe. But
mm,
I'm a T, and I
okay, so you are the T, that's
so
true. Okay.
it's
And
not
you're,
a close thing, but it's possible. So we'll
but
see.
it's close. Okay, so it's Vadim, you said, and they went by Deem? Okay, Deem. Let me see if we can pull him in this way. I feel like he would have been a little more soft spoken. I don't feel like I want to be a loud person. I feel like I'm a little bit more kept to myself. Do you understand that? I feel like he was a very sensitive, emotional person. He's given me the feeling of a strong emotional energy around him. Hang on. I feel like, but I also feel he's given me the feeling he had a temper as well. Something about, he's given me the feeling about driving fast, like when he would, things would bother him. Like that was his outlet. Do you understand that?
That could be because I don't know, but that could make sense.
Okay.
But I
And
don't know if he did that personally, but
that's okay. And he's given me the feeling of like a younger person, like a daughter. I feel like a daughter. Was he connected to a daughter? Did he have a daughter?
I
Or
am his daughter.
oh, you're his daughter. Okay. Okay. So he is connecting us because I'm like
And that's why I think the T connects.
okay, it absolutely does because that's why I'm like, why is he talking about a daughter? Like, okay, does he have a daughter? So it's you. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so let me just see here. Hold on. So do you understand him as having like a temper sometimes where he would hold a lot in, but I feel like I had a little bit of a I don't want to say explosive temper, but it would kind of like when things would come out, it would just come out. It was like he was an emotional person, but he held a lot in. Do you understand that for him?
I do. Him and my mom argued a lot, so that's where the temper probably came out, like
Okay.
with them.
Okay. Okay. And so the heart does not fit for you at all. Did someone around him have a heart attack or something like that? Because I want to go to my heart with the fast pulse rate.
No, but there's a different reason why the heart might connect. I don't know how much you want me to tell you, but I don't think it's a heart attack or physical heart stuff.
Okay. How can you take that? I'm just going to ask you that and let you share that.
We did not have a good relationship, and I know that hurt his heart. He was definitely heartbroken over
It may
that.
be more of a heartbreak. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything though, I still want to go back to the heart though, because he's talking about this. I want to do a fast heart rate or something. Is there something? I feel like he keeps showing it to me, so I'm not getting something right. It may be me getting it wrong, but I feel like is there something? I know you're saying you had a connection with the heart, but it's almost like I want to. Does somebody have something like to remember him that is like you know how like those little teddy bears or something have like the heartbeat? I feel like there's something connected somehow there, besides just what you're feeling like you didn't have the
Mhm.
maybe the best relationship, but there's something like with the fast heart rate. Do you understand that?
That I don't
Okay.
know. I wasn't really close, so maybe somebody else in the rest of the family that he remarried into, maybe.
Okay, so I don't know if it's like a teddy bear. I don't think it's that. I just feel like he's giving me the feeling there's something else. I'm probably not getting it right. But there again is a T for, you know, I don't know. I'm not making it fit. It has to fit, but I'm trying to like figure out what he's sharing. Hold on. And I also want to go to, did you understand the reading with him? Because he's talking about that or something where he was always learning or had a lot of books. He was really into reading. Do you understand that
Yeah,
part?
yeah, definitely read a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like he's shown me like a library of books that was
He had
also
a big library of books. Yeah.
okay. So that was important to him. He's also pulling me to the birds outside. There's a connection, and I feel like I want to say freedom. Do you understand that with freedom and the birds? Do you understand that? Is there
Not at the moment. No.
okay. That's okay. To me, like birds are more of a symbol, but and it's interesting. This morning, I pulled out a horse that's over here. That's freedom to me, right? So to me, it would be a horse, but he's pulling me to the birds, and it's almost like I don't know if you were like I know you said you weren't close with him, but towards the end, did you connect with him at all? Because I feel like I want to say I'm free now. I can fly. I can just go and do my thing. And it's almost like he's giving. I'm hearing free bird in my head. So there's something with the birds and being free. Would you understand it that way? Does that fit for you somehow? Would you understand that? Like, would you have, I know you said you weren't close with him, but would you have been with him like towards the end or have reconciled with him? Do you understand?
Well, I don't know, but I mean, we reconciled, but it wasn't a good ending because we weren't there at the end because that's
Okay.
a whole other thing. But
No, that's okay. That's okay. And I don't want
yeah.
you to tell me too much, but I feel like I want to say free bird. Like now he's free. He's free as a bird. It's like, if you look up the lyrics in there, there's probably, and that's what I'm hearing. I'm free as a bird. You know, it's that part of the
Mhm.
song. So look that up and it'll probably make sense. Let me just see what else. Hold on. I want, okay. So I believe he's been trying to talk to you. He's giving me the feeling in your ear. I don't know if you've been hearing him lately, but I want to say, hi, Tasha, but I'm like talking to you in your ear and I feel like I'm constantly trying to get your attention, but you're like, stop, stop, stop. You know what I mean? Do you understand that? Like it's been recent. I feel like this is a living memory where he's trying to come in and he's been around you lately, that he's been like, I don't know if your ear's been like bothering you, but it's his energy like over your shoulder trying to get your attention. Do you understand that?
I do often feel him around, and just recently it's funny because I felt like I didn't feel him around. I felt like he was stepping back a little bit, but um something made me think about him not too long ago. So it probably was like,
Okay. As long as you can
yeah,
take that.
because
And he's talking to me. I don't I don't know if you have a cat, but he's talking to me about a cat. Do you understand? He sees the cat, or the cat
yes,
sees
yes,
him.
yes.
He's talking about the cat. Did he also have a cat? No, I don't feel he had. Did he have the cat?
They had cats, but I think he's talking about, we have this cat
That was
that's,
your cat.
yeah, there's a cat that's hanging out. We're trying to decide whether to adopt it or not. It's hanging out in front of our house. Like it's adopted us outside.
Ah!
So that absolutely makes 100. Yeah. So he
And
sees that. I get,
he's talking about the cat, and I'm hearing yes, the cat. Like it's a good fit. It's a good fit, is
yeah,
what I'm getting. And he's saying go. Like I feel like I want to like nurture that. I don't know that he would have said that necessarily, but I feel like he's given like the green light to go ahead and do that, because it's almost like you're wondering, should we do this? And he's giving the
yeah.
feeling, yes, you should. But
Okay.
the cat also sees him, so pay attention. You can
Okay.
also take pictures too and see if you see any orbs around the cat. But he definitely is trying to connect with the cat, like to get your attention. I feel like he's constantly around you. And especially this last week, there's been something going on in your life. Like I feel like he's really been like overshadowing you, but not in a negative way, just kind of like trying to really get your attention and connect in with you. Um, Interesting. And you did say your relationship was not the greatest. So, but I do want to say, and I know that because you shared that, but I do want to say I'm sorry. I feel like I want to apologize to you, and I'm handing you a flower. I feel like I'm handing you a yellow rose. Do you understand a yellow rose from him?
Not the yellow rose per se, but I definitely understand the sorry. I've heard that a lot of times from him since he's passed, like through you, other, like just now, and other mediums. And so, and yes, so that totally makes sense. And
So,
the yellow
go ahead.
rose I'd have to pay attention to.
Okay. Do roses fit for you in any other way?
Not specifically from him, and not really specifically,
That's okay. So to me, a lot of times,
but
if you don't,
the color yellow
yes.
recently is everywhere for me. Yeah.
Okay, so that could be what they're using as well. So for me, a yellow rose is peace. So he's trying to make peace with you. That's what I feel. And you may also feel him like, I feel like I want to hug you. It's things he couldn't say when he was here. There was a lot of issues he had from his childhood that made him the way he was, and he's realizing that now is what he's sharing with me. Um, yeah, there was a lot of people that he wronged, he's saying. Do you understand that? Like there
Yeah.
was a lot of things I think he's looking like, I wish I could have fixed this, but he wants you to know that everything's okay now. Like all the things that he did, he's sorry for, and he's making amends as he goes along. I feel like there's three people in particular he's talking about that he's really hurt. Do you understand the three people?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and I just feel like I want to say I'm really sorry, but I feel like he's working with that on the other side to move through that. So,
I've gotten that message too, so that is absolutely right. Yep.
okay, great. Thank you for validating that. So I'm gonna have you pull a card. So we'll
Okay.
pull a message from him, and let's see. I'm glad he came in. Let's see.
Okay.
All right. So
Yes, go back a little bit. Right there, right there.
this one.
Yep, yep.
Okay, perfect. Oops, let's get it up here. We are soulmates. So interesting. So soulmates. So here's the thing is interesting about soulmates. Okay. So people think, oh, my soulmate has to be my love. Not necessarily. And a
Yeah.
soulmate also is sometimes someone who really pushes your buttons and makes you really angry, right? They can be really mean. They can do really hurtful things because we're learning soul lessons. So I'm not surprised that this card came up, which is really
I'm
interesting.
not either.
And
Yeah.
there's the yellow. How funny. It's
Yeah.
not a rose, but
Yes.
it's more like one of those lay flowers from Hawaii.
Yeah.
And also,
That's it.
yeah. And also what's really interesting is the water, right? The sand. It's like a place to get grounded. It's also a place to heal. You know, the ocean is so healing. I feel like also you're going on a trip to the beach, or were you just there? Do you understand the
Uh,
beach?
in September, yeah.
Okay. So
Hawaii.
are you going to Hawaii?
Yeah. So
That's
that flower
awesome. Oh, I have big chills. So you're going to have
Yeah.
a great time. I feel like when you walk along the beach, you're going to sense his energy. He will be there with you. And I feel like I have big chills. Do you feel that? I feel
Yeah.
like when you're walking along the beach, there's going to be something on this trip. I don't know if it's on the beach, but I feel like there's um another layer to the healing that you're going to have with him. It's going to be very deep. I feel like, and
Yeah.
Hawaii is such a beautiful place to have such a beautiful experience. I'll crack up if you tell me when you get off the plane, they give you a lei and it's yellow.
Oh my God. Yeah, that'll be so funny. But the soulmate part totally works too, because I do absolutely believe that our journey together in this earth, this time too, was a very difficult one because we were both using each other to learn something. And I do feel that he is a soul connection. So, I mean, yes, of course he is, but I feel like there's more to that. So yeah, perfect
Absolutely.
card.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so great. I'm so glad you were able to take that. And it's interesting. Like, I do feel like you had a very tumultuous relationship and it was very hard and very difficult. But like you said, it all had to come to that. It's almost like what we were talking about in the beginning. Like, if you step back and you look in hindsight, you can so see how these relationships are meant to be. Like, I have a
Yeah.
similar relationship. I don't know what your relationship with exactly with your dad, but similar, like where I'm like, why are we in the same family? Like, why are we here? I love my dad, but we butt heads something awful. And it's like, I'm learning that, I think the people who, I hate to say piss us off or upset us or whatever, they're our biggest teachers. If we could just look and see that in the moment, like, what can I learn from this? That, maybe we all need more love. Maybe they need more love because, again, hurt people hurt people. And, you look back in his childhood, your father, he had a lot of stuff that happened that he probably didn't know how to process. So again, when I go back to when I was saying, I didn't want to say explosive behavior, but it's almost like he held it in till he exploded and he was like, oh, I can't handle this. And I want to drive in my car really fast to just be able to like let this stuff go because he didn't know how to express it without like freaking out. You know what I mean? And maybe he did freak out a lot. I don't know, but I feel like it's just a way that he was able to process all that. So I'm going to leave you with him in love and light. Thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so today the energy, oh wow, look, we're almost there. So today the energy is going to be a little off the charts with, as far as like the chaos going on right now, you're going to have that little crescendo, it's going to go up and then tears are going to come. And then tomorrow or, on Tuesday, Wednesday, when you wake up, things will totally calm down. So from now until Tuesday night, it's going to be a little up the roller coaster hill. And then when it comes down, you're going to go, oh my God, I can breathe again. Like things are good. So just know that wherever you're at, it's the perfect place to be. There's no right, there's no wrong. And it's all just what it is. It's a life experience. So Tasha, I appreciate you being live with me on here. For all of you who are here, I appreciate you all being live. And if you're on the replay, I appreciate you being here too. I'm going to pull one more card for the energy just to see what we need. And then I'm going to pull one more angel and then we will call it a day. But if you guys would like to be live on the next one, when we do this, we usually do them once a month. Definitely let us know. So this card is action. There's the horses, right? So to me, it's freedom. They're moving forward. I feel like that is the forward direction. It's a balance, black and white, right? So nothing is, it's not all black or all white. It's a balance. And there's many colors in between. Green, I'm drawn to the green in this card, which to me would be new growth. It's a lot of balance. It's like the tree energy. It's grounding. Horses are very grounded, right? They're connected to the earth. Even when they're in full stride like this, they're off the ground, but they're still grounded. As soon as they come right back down, they leap up to take that, that running, when they're in full gallop, they're off the ground, all 4 feet are off. If you ever take a picture of a horse that's running, all 4 feet are off. But then as soon as they come down, they can easily let go and they can be between the worlds like we want to be, right? As highly sensitive people. So we can live in the world, but we can also be of it. And then we can ground again. So it's just a great lesson to remember to take action on things, especially when you're feeling things like, it's interesting. I'm drawn here too. When you're feeling things like where you're, I don't want to say trapped, but where you're like locked in place and maybe you're feeling like nothing is going right because you've had the fences behind you, right? This is like the imagery that they're showing me. So these horses are like, okay, I could totally jump over that fence, but they're not, right? They're fenced in, so they're staying in that place. And this is almost like the time of like the holding, like we're just in a holding pattern right now, and then things are going to shift really quickly when we go out, after this new moon. This card also is abundance, which is 8. It's 17 would add up to an 8. So that would be a great card for abundance. So again, if you're feeling lucky, go out and get yourself a ticket. I'm not telling you to be a gambler, but hey, you might win. And then never know. And don't laugh. I have my survey. It's my aunt's. I was holding up my cards. Got to have props, right? All right. So one other oil that really helped today that might support you through this, cheer. When you're feeling down, I love to reach for this, put it right on my tummy and just breathe it in, because sometimes you just get in a funk and you need a little happiness and joy in your life. So romance and connection, if anyone out there is looking to connect, and this could also be connecting with yourself, right? So romance and connection doesn't have to always be a love life thing. Sometimes we need more self-love. And this is a really good time to sit with your journal and do that, right? So whether it's a new relationship, a long time relationship, maybe it needs a little bit more snuggle time, right? Maybe you just need to love yourself more. Just a little something that I like to do that is really helpful when you're having a bad day. Just be in the shower and just kind of wrap your arms around yourself and hug yourself, because sometimes we need that. And for those who are going to be in our healing circle, we're going to do a really cool technique that is going to be really powerful for self-love. It will also help you for relationships too. So if you're interested in that, let us know in the comments below. I will get you the link to come and join us for the day if you want to just pop in for that evening, or if you're in the group, you'll already have access to that. So I will talk to you guys soon. I would love to hear your biggest takeaway before we jump off. So Tasha, if you could unmute, and Mary Lou, if you could unmute, and anybody else who's here, if you could unmute, and just one by one, we'll go through and I'll just ask your biggest experience. Tasha, what was your takeaway today?
Well, I guess just the whole surrender thing too is just a constant reminder that that's what I just need to, not try to control everything and push things so fast and, keep taking action like that card, but to also surrender and know that it's happening in divine timing, everything that I need. And just connecting with my dad again, obviously it's always, I know he's my biggest protector, which I think you got, and you just didn't say those words, but I feel like that came through for me too. And just that, it was a great session.
That's awesome. All right. And Mary Lou, I'm going to unmute you real quick and let's see if you can come on. I don't know if she'll be able to or not. Let's see.
Can
Yep, we can
you
hear
hear
you.
me?
We can.
Really? I couldn't unmute before. I guess
Huh.
you had to do something on your end.
No worries, no worries. So I just hit a thing that says you can bring on your camera if you want to come on, we can see you. And then just tell us your biggest takeaway. What was your biggest experience from this?
No, it was just a good experience
Okay.
listening to you, and no, it was nice.
Yeah, okay. Anything that would really stuck out to you that was like, oh wow, that was so cool.
No, just more or less listening to the reading.
Okay.
The readings that you had.
Okay, great. So
Given.
you pulled a lot from the cards then. You were able to take a lot from that and from the messages.
No, not particularly.
Okay.
But it was nice to see that other people did, because I
Okay.
know not everybody gets something
Yes.
across the board.
You're absolutely right. Not everyone does, so that's totally fine. But I'm glad you were here, and I'm glad you were able to experience other people having that experience. So thank you guys so much for being here. And for all of you who are seeing us live on YouTube, thank you for being here. Take care, brush your hair, and peace out. Bye, guys. See you next time.
Bye.